Hello students, I, Mrs. Madhvi Matre, welcome you all in the next lecture of Mathematics 1. We are revising chapter number 1, that is sets. In the previous lecture, we have revised about the concept set, the definition of set. Then we have seen some important points which we are using while writing the sets, and afterwards we have discussed about the two different methods to write down the set: listing method or roster method, or the second one is set builder form or rule method. And based on that, practice set 1.1 was discussed. Okay, now let us go further towards types of sets. So here types of sets are decided by the number of elements present in the set. Okay, and some other types are there which we are going to see afterwards. Okay, so let us go ahead here. The very first type of set is singleton set. You know, the word single suggests one. So here a set consisting of a single element is called as singleton set. That means the set is having only one element. Okay. The example is given here. If we think about a set of even prime numbers, then you know that 2 is the only even prime number. Therefore, set A contains only one element. So such sets, they are called as singleton sets. Okay. The second type is empty set or null set. Again, the name suggests that the set is empty, means the set is not having a single element. Or you can say that the set with no element is called as null set or empty set. Okay. So if there is not a single element in the set which satisfies the given condition, then the set is called as what? Not null set or empty set. Now to denote this set symbolically, when we want to write it, you can use this symbol. That means the curly brackets, just the open curly bracket and close curly bracket, nothing to write inside. Or one more symbol is there, this round, and on that you are having a vertical line. So this symbol is called as phi. Then the example, you can say that X is a set of all elements such that X is a natural number between 2 and 3, or X is a set of all X such that X is a natural number between 2 and 3. So you know that natural numbers 1, 2, 3 and so on. So in between 2 and 3, no natural number is present, and therefore set B is an empty set. So either you can write down like this: B is equal to the empty brace brackets, or you can write down this symbol phi. Okay, generally what you do is, when you pronouncing 5, the number 5, that time you are saying 5, but it is wrong totally. When you pronounce the number 5, you should use 5 as the correct one. Don't use 5, because in mathematics 5 stands for this symbol. You are talking of 25, 26, not to use 5 there, it's 5. So please try to differentiate this: 25 and not 25, because now you understood what is the meaning of the word phi. It's a symbol, it's a Greek symbol which is used to represent the empty set or null set. Next is finite set. You know the meaning of the word finite, means limited. So the set where the elements are limited or countable, we can count them. For example, if I say that the set of first 100 natural numbers, so I know that I am going to stop at 100. So the set elements are limited, or I can count them. Then such set is called as what? Finite set. Or in other words, you can say that the upper boundary is present here for the set. Boundary is there, that we are going to stop somewhere. If we start listing it, we are going to stop somewhere. Such sets are called as finite sets. Okay. So the example is given. C is a set of all p such that p is a number from 1 to 22 divisible by 4. So you have to write down the first 5 multiples of 4. That is 4, 8, 12, 16 and 20. You cannot take 24 because it is given that numbers from 1 to 20 divisible by 4. So you are starting with 4 and ending with 20. So here it is very clear that there are 5 elements in the set. So we say that the set is a finite set. Now see here, empty set or null set. Here also we can count the elements, 0 elements. So it's a finite set. Singleton set, only one element. So it is also a finite set. And the last type here is infinite set, where the number of elements, they are unlimited, they are uncountable, or there is no upper boundary present here. We are listing the elements and we are not stopping anywhere. So such sets are called as what? Infinite sets. For example, set of natural numbers. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. You know that there are innumerable natural numbers and we cannot count them. So such set is called as what? Infinite set. Okay. So I hope you must have understood all 4 types of sets. Now let's go further here. So this is an important point to remember. We have seen different types of numbers, or we have seen expansion of numbers. So natural number, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers means quotients, and real numbers. All these are infinite sets. They are uncountable. Okay, they no upper boundaries present there. So all these are what? Infinite sets. There are uncountable infinite elements present here. After this, now as I have said, we have different types of sets again, but now these are not depending upon the number of elements in the set. This is different. So equal sets, when we can say that two sets are equal, like if we take two sets A and B, then they are said to be equal if every element of A is present in B and every element of B is present in A. In a nutshell, both the sets should have exactly the same elements. Correct? Symbolically, we can write it as A is equal to B. It means that set A is equal to set B. Okay? Now, let's see some examples to understand it better. Okay, so here, first example, A is a set of all x such that x is a letter in the word listen. Okay, so this is set builder form or rule method. So whenever we try to, whenever we compare the sets, if we want to find whether they are equal or not, always, if the sets are given in a rule method, you have to convert them in the listing form. So write down all the letters from this word. So set A we can write as in the curly brackets L comma I comma S, then comma T, then E and then N. Okay. So no letter is repeated here. So we are writing all the letters. You know that in set we can write down the element only once. Repetition is not allowed. Now second set here is B is a set of all Y such that Y is a letter in the word silent. Okay, so when we write set B, we get the elements S, I, L, E, N and T. Now compare them. Okay. See, one thing you have to keep in mind that order is not necessary here. While comparing the sets, order is not necessary. Only the definition is what every element of A should be in B and every element of B should be in A. Okay. So see, L is present in A and B both. I is present. S is also present. T is present. E is present and N is present. Okay, so exactly the same elements are present here in both the sets. So we can say that set A is equal to set B. Okay, so what we can write down is, though the elements of set A and B, they are not in the same order, but the elements are identical, and therefore set A is equal to set B. Okay, let's see one more example here. A is a set of all x such that x is equal to 2n, means what, x is a multiple of 2, n belongs to natural numbers, and x is strictly greater than 0 and less than or equal to 10. That means 10 is allowed here. So multiples of 2, that means you have to write down table of 2 up to 10. So the elements are 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay. The second set here is B is the set of all y such that y is an even number and y is strictly, not strictly here, greater than or equal to 1 and y is less than or equal to 10. So again we have to write down the even numbers from 1 to 10. So you know that even numbers, they start from 2. So set B you can write as 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Now observe these two sets. All the elements are identical. They are exactly same. So we can say that here A and B are equal sets, or we are going to write it as A is equal to B. Now let's take one more example here. Now the set C is given here where the elements are 1, 3, 5 and 7. And D is a set where elements are 2, 3, 5 and 7. See, here also 4 elements, here also 4 elements. And if you observe 3, 5 and 7, they are identical. They are present both the places. But see, 1 and 2, like 1 is present in C, but 1 is not present in D. So what we can write down, 1 belongs to C, but 1 does not belong to D. Okay. Similarly, 2 belongs to D, but it does not belong to C. So they are not equal sets. Our answer is no, because one belongs to C but one does not belong to D. You know these symbols. Similarly, 2 belongs to D but 2 does not belong to D. So even the single element also is different, then the sets are not equal. So how we are going to write it? C is not equal to D. You know this symbol, not equal to. Equal to symbol you have to write and you have to put slash on that. That denotes not equal to. Okay. Now let's go ahead. So depending upon the types of set, now we will solve practice set 1.2. I will not discuss all the sums. It's a revision lecture. In regular lecture, all the sums are discussed. So if you have any problem with that, you can watch that video. You know that all the videos are present on our YouTube channel. So if you have not subscribed the channel, please do subscribe it and you can watch all the videos there if you have any trouble while solving any sum. Okay, so now let's see first one. Decide which of the following are equal sets and which are not. Justify your answer. That means simply you cannot write that yes these are equal or these are not equal. You should write down the reason for your answer. So the first one here is A is equal to, or A is a set of all x such that 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. This is first set. And second set B is given as B is a set of all x such that x is a natural number but x is neither prime nor composite. And C is a set of all x such that x belongs to n, means x is a natural number and x is strictly less than 2. Now see, all these sets are given in set builder form. As I have said previously that if we want to decide whether they are equal or not, we have to first write them in the listing form. So while writing down the solution, you will write them down in listing method, okay, or list form, correct? So let's do it. First of all, this is an equation, so you need to solve it. 3x minus 1 is equal to 2. So this minus 1 you can shift to right hand side. So we will get 3x is equal to 3, and from that x is equal to 1. So therefore set A contains only a single element, that is 1. Okay, now set B, x is a set of all x such that x is a natural number, but x is neither prime and nor composite. So you know that 1 is the number which is neither prime nor composite. So set B contains only one element again, that is 1. So write down the reason, because they have told justify your answer. So you have to write down 1 is a natural number that is neither prime nor composite, and therefore set B contains the element 1. Now last one, set C. We have to write down the natural numbers less than 2. So natural numbers less than 2, there is only one natural number which is 1. So again set C also contain one element. Now observe set A, set B and set C. Are they equal? Yes, because they contain exactly the same elements, or the elements in set A, B and C, they are identical, and therefore we can say that set A is equal to set B is equal to set C. Okay, we have written them in the listing method or roster method. That is our justification. This is our justification for the answer A is equal to B is equal to C. Okay, let's go ahead. Question number 2. Decide whether sets A and B are equal sets. Give reason for your answer. Now set A is a set of even prime numbers, and set B is set of all x such that 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. Okay, now one set is simply given like this. It is not given in the rule method, and set B is given in the rule method. Now first of all we have to write them in the listing method. So first is set A, that is even prime numbers. We know that 2 is the only even prime number, and therefore set A contains only one element, that is 2. Now in set B the equation is given 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. So we have to solve that. 7x minus 1 is equal to 13. Therefore we can write down 7x is equal to 14. See, this minus 1 is shifted here. So 13 plus 1 is 14. And from that we can write down x is equal to 2. And therefore set B again contains only one element, that is 2. Now observe set A and B. Are the elements identical? Yes. Both of them contains exactly the same elements, and that is why we can say that set A is equal to set B. Okay. So in this way you have to write down the justification for your answer. If the question is coming for 2 marks, and if you are simply writing A is equal to 2, you will get 0 marks. Sorry, I am sorry, A is equal to B, then you will get 0 marks. You have to write down the justification that why A contains 2. So the answer is this. Reason I need to write. For value of B here also, why it is written 2? Because we have solved the equation and we found the value. So you have to write down all these steps here. Let's go towards the next question. Which of the following are empty sets and why? First one, A is a set of all A such that A is a natural number smaller than 0. You know that natural numbers, they start from 1. So there is no natural number which is less than 0. That is why A cannot contain any element. Okay. So you have to write down the reason that 1 is the smallest natural number. So natural number greater than 0 is less than 0 is not possible. Smaller than 0 is not possible. And therefore A is an empty set. Either you can write down these empty brace brackets, or you can write down the symbol phi. You know, you have to write down O, small o, and on that you have to write down the line. So either you can write these empty brace brackets, or you can write down the symbol phi. Second one, B is a set of all x such that x square is equal to 0. So if x square is equal to 0, then x has to be 0. That means set B contains one element, that is 0. Okay. Now try to differentiate this here. Here 0 is an element. It does not mean that B contains no elements. 0 is element of set B. 0 belongs to B. That means B is a singleton set, a set with one element. So this is not an empty set. So B is not an empty set. Next, C is a set of all x such that 5x minus 2 is equal to 0 and x belongs to natural number. Now again the equation is given, so let's solve the equation. 5x minus 2 is equal to 0. So we can write down 5x is equal to 2. See, when we shift it, 5x is equal to 2. And from that we can write down x is equal to 2 upon 5. We got a fraction. We got a rational number. But what they have said is x belongs to n. That means natural number. So 2 upon 5 is not a natural number. So this element 2 upon 5, it does not belongs to natural number, and that is why set C is an empty set. We found out the element, but that does not belongs to natural number. So we cannot write it in set C because of this condition, and therefore C is an empty set. Okay. Question number 4. Here, write with reasons which of the following sets are finite or infinite. Now you know that finite set means number of elements are countable or limited, or an infinite means number of elements are uncountable or unlimited. And we have to write down reason. That means the question will be in the set builder form. We have to write down it in the list method. That is our reason. We are going to observe that set and then we are going to say whether it is finite or infinite. So the first one here is A is a set of all x such that x is less than 10 and x is a natural number. That means we have to write down all the natural numbers less than 10. 10 is not allowed. So here set A contains the elements 1, 2, 3 and so on up to 9. So you can see that the boundaries are present both the places. 1 is the smallest one here and 9 is the biggest one. Or I can say that set A contains 9 elements. So the elements are countable. Therefore, I can say that A is a finite set. Okay. Second now, B is a set of all y such that y is less than minus 1 and y is an integer. You know that integer means you have 0 in the middle, and then on the left hand side you have all negative numbers, and on right hand side you have positive numbers. So all these together they are called as what? Integers. But here we have to write down the integers which are less than minus 1. Okay, so we can write down it like this. B is equal to, then in curly brackets, here you know that minus numbers are on left hand side, so I have written dot 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 here. That means it is unlimited on left hand side. Then minus 3 and minus 2. After this minus 1 is present, but see y is strictly less than minus 1, so we cannot write minus 1. So here you can see that the number of elements are uncountable. There are so many negative integers present here. So this is an infinite set. Okay. Next, C is set of students of class 9th from your school. Now say if our school is having 3 divisions and each division contains 60 students. So we can say that in class 9 there are 180 students. That means we can count the students. We know that the students are limited. So we can say that here this is a finite set. Okay. So number of students in the class are countable and therefore C is a finite set. Okay, let us go ahead. Next, fourth one, set of people from your village. So generally the people, those who are staying permanently in particular village, it is constant. Means what? It is not happening that one day one person is staying and other day he is leaving. It is not possible. So here we can count the number of people in the village, and therefore here we can say that it is a finite set. Next, set of apparatus in laboratory. So when you will go in laboratory, you can observe that we have so many apparatus, but still the record of all the apparatus is kept there. That means we know how many apparatus are there, even though like they are 1,000 or 1,500, but still we know that they are countable, and therefore we can say that it is a finite set. Okay. Next, set of whole numbers. So it is an infinite set because you know that W we can write as 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So it is an infinite set. Next, set of rational numbers. You know rational numbers, that means fractions. So here also we can write down that there are infinite rational numbers, and therefore again this is an infinite set. Okay. Next,